Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Soy Social. I am Carlosvaldosta and I'm joined by
Inspectorflex. How are you guys doing?
How's everybody doing today? And today we have quite a few topics that we want to go over with you, just to kind of give you an idea of some of the thoughts that go through our heads.
Yeah.
Some of the things that we talk about in our week, and the conversations we have around this. So,
Since my girlfriend are laughing at my name.
What Inspectorflex? It's such a good name. It's such a good name. They're judging you. Tell them to come up with a better name. How about that? Tell them if they don't like.
Come up with a better name, I'll take it.
That's right. So, what we're going to do is we are going to kick off with what has taken up like every waking minute for me this week. Whenever I get a few minutes, what I end up doing is I start watching Gordon Ramsay kitchen nightmare videos. Have you watched any of these videos?
Yeah. The Gordon Ramsay just rips on these people.
Every single one of these pictures he has.
Well, he's a living meme, right? He's that's it.
Yeah. First of all, I found it fascinating that there's a whole channel dedicated to how shitty some people's food is. Like, I know that there were some really famous ones with this Amy's Baking Company.
Yeah, the Amy's Baking Company. But the lady she just screamed out all her customers, right?
Yeah, she would go in on like Yelp.
Reviews on Yelp.
Yeah, she would go on a Yelp and attack her customers.
Yeah. And her husband was just all about it. He was like, "Oh yeah."
I mean, look at this. This guy looks like what's the? Have you ever seen Hercules on the Disney Hercules movie?
Yeah. Hades.
It looks like Hades. He looks like he looks like a yeah. What's funny is that guy's Greek also, right? I think he's Greek.
He just needs blue hair.
He needs blue hair, but then again, she's pretty attractive, I guess, right? So I mean, like it's Hades and a semi-attractive lady. I guess he's just gonna listen to whatever the hell he's.
What's her name? Megara in Hercules. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But every time I look at this picture, I start laughing because it looks just like Hades.
But he does look like him. He has the dark circles around his eyes.
Yeah, I know. That's I mean, if I was with her, I'd probably get very little sleep as well. But I just can't, I'm at work, right? And I have things I'm supposed to do. And all I'm doing is watching Gordon Ramsay telling people how shitty their food is. And there was one episode. I'd have to go back and find it. But there's one episode, and what they talk about, which is kind of gross. They talk about chitlins. I don't know if you've ever. Okay.
I don't know about that.
So here's the thing. Okay, I understand. People are certain things. Yeah, they find it as a delicacy or something, or they think that since we can't waste anything.
Yeah, and it's traditionally eaten, so people just continue to do it.
Right. But okay, so that's where the poop comes out, right? I mean, that's the intestines.
I thought that was the stomach lining, right? No, the stomach lining. Tripe.
Right, and that can go straight to hell. The stomach lining tripe or whatever can go straight to hell too. That shit's disgusting. I'm not a big fan of any of the internals.
I think I would opt out of all internal organs in general. From an
right.
But I think the only thing that I do enjoy though is liver pate, and that comes in banh mi's, which is awesome.
Yeah. So if people who are listening don't know what banh mi is, it's a Vietnamese sandwich, and they have a bunch of different kinds.
It doesn't come in every sandwich. It's just some sandwiches do. The traditional one does, but these days that sandwich is such a big thing that they've definitely Americanized it and taken out some of the grosser parts that maybe Americans might not like, or the quiet people. Right.
Exactly. And so there's a bunch of different banh mi or whatever. There's the meatball, which it doesn't look like that. It's like the sliced meatball, kind of like this up here. Then this one, it looks like this one might have the pate on there. I don't know.
Yeah, pate and that mayo, that butter mayo.
The butter mayo, which is amazing. And it usually has like onions and cilantro and jalapenos and cucumbers, and you put a little soy sauce on there.
I love cilantro so much.
I do too.
I think that was a snack.
So some people say it tastes like crayons or soap. I don't get that.
Yeah, I can see that. But I can eat cilantro like a snack. I can literally just eat it off the stem. I can eat a whole bag.
Yeah, I love it. So, in any case, yeah, pate. But that's been like doctored. It's not just like something in the internal, like liver.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the pate one right here.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So like liver just tastes gross. It tastes like sand, but like.
Yeah, it's like, very gamey.
Right. Duck liver or goose liver, because they've added all kinds of stuff to it, it actually ends up being okay. So, that's acceptable. But outside of that, I don't know why anybody, I mean, in this day and age especially, maybe it's tradition or something like that.
The internal organs, and especially the internal organs, like boiled, that's gross.
Yeah. It's not good at all.
Like, you can alter it by frying it, maybe, but I'll opt out of it anyway. But,
right.
No.
What's funny is there is probably some internals that we do eat that we don't even like talk about. So, like, for instance, me and you can agree that Spam is delicious. And
I love Spam so much. My whole family loves Spam.
Dude, if I was to take my webcam and like walk over,
my sister just said facts.
Facts. If I was to take my webcam and walk around over to my kitchen cupboard and open it up, you would find not one, not two, not 5, but 7 cans of Spam. And the only reason that there's
5 cans floating in my parents' cupboards at any time. I don't have any at my place, but my girlfriend's vegetarian, and I try to stay away from it if I can. But when I go over there, you best believe I'm eating the whole bag, the whole can.
I love Spam. Spam is great. People are going to be like, "Oh, that's disgusting," whatever. I think I had a friend who tried it one time, and I think what the reason why people don't like it or whatever is because they don't understand that you don't have to cook it.
Some people eat it right out of the can. I don't know about that. I like it fried.
Right. I mean, I don't like it right out of the. I mean, like I've seen people slice it and throw it in a sandwich.
Yeah.
No. Like there's a lot of really good ways you can have like Spam musuba. I don't know if anybody knows what.
Yeah, Spam musubi. That's with the rice and the Spam on top with a seaweed wrap around it.
Right.
It's like Spam sushi.
Yeah.
Much.
It
looks like a giant Spam sushi.
It's that right. I think it's like really popular in Hawaii and stuff like that, right? Also, there's the low key poor person Asian food. Like Spam is pretty cheap, so to speak, but you also have the ability to like fry it up and then throw it in like ramen noodles, like in the soup, and it adds just a little regular flavor. Also, Spam, eggs, and rice. That's I hate that shit for breakfast today. I'm not gonna lie, you hate Spam, eggs, and rice. There's a reason there's only 7 cans in the cupboard and not 8. We opened one up so I can make some Spam, eggs, and rice this morning.
Perfect.
Or on a baguette or something like that. That's really good too instead of rice. Also. I don't know if this is a Vietnamese thing because Korean people and Japan, like in my past knowledge, Korean people don't do this. But my wife will take the ramen noodles and cook the ramen noodles and throw out all the water, and then she'll take the noodles and throw them in a pan and like stir fry them, and then throw in sliced Spam, and then put that in a bowl with like some sriracha, and then throw a fried egg on top of that.
We do the ramen noodles without any of the powder or the chili.
Right.
Pour out all the liquids. Stir fry it with the powder and the chili that belongs in it, and then throw some sriracha on it. Do whatever extra. But I think they also make packets of ramen that are dry ramen noodles. So it's called mi goreng.
Yeah.
Such warm ramen.
God, this dry ramen. Like, see, this is like almost exactly what I've eaten, except instead of this little bun with sriracha, it was rice with sriracha on top.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I always thought it was a really Asian thing. You turned me on to something which I didn't realize, but and maybe it's just I've never seen it before. But apparently Puerto Ricans like Spam also.
Puerto Ricans love Spam. Yeah, well, half my family is Puerto Rican, and they get down on that Spam as well. So yeah,
it's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, totally.
But like Spam is like it's like a mix of all the ham. I think spam stands.
My sister's looking at me and she's like meme nodding me, like oh yeah, with her eyebrows super raised.
but like I don't like any of the internals, but I guarantee you, pieces and parts of every internal of a pig is in spam.
Yeah, the whole animal.
for this one guy used to,
animals. There's a chimera in there,
right? This one guy used to work for me. He said spam ain't nothing but the pig from the rooter to the tutor. That's what he's from.
Yeah, pretty much.
You just blend that shit up. He liked it too. I used to work at this like go-kart.
To the tutor, I like that.
I used to work at this go-kart / video game / batting cage place, like an entertainment park or whatever, when I was a kid, 16. And he was this old-ass chef. He used to be in the military. And in the mornings, he would come in and make breakfast for us, but he would cook spam. And nobody would eat it except for me and him. And he would give people people who never had spam, he'd give them a piece and they'd be like, oh, it's okay. And he's like, yeah, that's a whole pig from the rooter to the tutor. So...
Yeah, I think if you were to introduce people to spam, you got to introduce it to them in the right way, not like that sandwich that I see on the top row there.
Right here. This is
no, that's not how you.
This is not. This is disgusting. That's gross. Like this one a little better. The spam is fried, the bread is toasted.
I like the pickle. That's a good one.
You know, that might be pretty. You got to have like the right kind of pickle though. It can't be too salty pickle because the spam is already kind of salty.
Yeah, maybe the bread and butter.
Yeah. That'd be pretty good. But so I don't like any of the internals as they are. But if you put them in a can and label it spam, I guess it's not that bad. Something that all right. So I was actually listening to something. There were some people talking, and I had to go and look it up. But apparently, something else that's really tasty is turtles.
I don't believe it.
Okay.
I don't believe it at all.
So there's this article. Have you ever seen that? There's a British TV show called QI. Have you ever heard of it before?
No.
All right. So when Darwin was exploring, when Charles Darwin was exploring the Galapagos Islands and shit like that, he came across these giant turtles, right? And live forever. Right. Well, they live. Not only do they live forever, but apparently, they're like extremely hardy animals. Like they can go a long time without eating, go a long time without drinking.
Yeah.
And I mean, like explorers, they're explorers. They try things. So apparently they try to cook one up, and it was delicious. And so he went back to England or whatever, and he was telling people, he's like, man, these things are they're like the best flavor you can possibly have. They're just so yummy.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Oh, we don't know the science. Okay.
But the eggs were apparently like the best eggs anyone had ever eaten. The animal, maybe it's just so ugly that people never tried it, but whatever. Apparently they were like invaluable to sailors because they could last the long journey and they can just like cut them up and eat them while right.
Because they can have months on sea and it doesn't even matter because the animals don't need to be fed. They don't need to be watered or water. What am I saying? They don't need to drink water.
Right. So here's they don't need to be watered. You just see a bunch of turtles tied up with their mouth open. Somebody walking by with one of those little canisters sprinkling water on them. But but there was a lot of good things. But the crazy thing is like the king or something like that was like, hey, Darwin, you're saying these turtles are so delicious. Why don't you bring me some? He's like, all right, yeah. The next time I go back to the Galapagos Islands, I'll pick up some and I'll bring them. But I guess every time he tried, by the time they got back, the sailors were like, "No, fuck that. These things are too tasty." They would eat them all before they got back. And nobody.
I don't know. That's weird to me. Well, I guess turtles, tortoises, any amphibians, I don't get kind of weird about eating anyway. Yeah. I think these people in general, they eat a lot of soft shell turtle, and I think those things are actually endangered or something like that. But I know they eat those things up, and not my thing.
But apparently, the one tortoise could feed like several people.
Yeah.
No, and it was like perfectly digestible no matter how much you ate. You never got like cramps or anything like that, or as long as you cooked it right or whatever. I mean, like turtle soup was supposed to be really good or whatever.
Sure.
I guess now maybe it's kind of, I don't know if it's frowned upon, but like you don't see it. People even like, I remember when I was younger, like in some fancy restaurants, they would have like turtle soup. But
recalled that as well at some places, but I don't see it that often now though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe people have smartened up.
Maybe they might have smartened up. So there's this video that you sent me. So,
this girl Snapchatted herself trying to save the turtle.
Wait, we got all right. So the people are not going to be able to see the title of the video. They're just going to be able to see the video here. So, what I'm going to do is, all right, I'm just gonna play the video and let people listen to it, and then we'll ask him what they think is wrong. So here we go.
So here's a little note to self: if anyone runs into a turtle, save it. Don't just leave it on the road. They're so cute. Turtle saving is a hobby.
Turtle saving's a hobby. First, okay, so
turtle saving's a hobby. Splash.
Hold on. Okay, what the hell? Go back here. Hold on a second. No, pause. Damn it. All right. So first of all, that's like 8 feet away. Like she just chucked that poor animal in there. But this is what's crazy. Okay, I watched the video and then like I didn't pick it up right away. I was like, man, what? I was like, she just threw that turtle in there. But when I went back and watched it, I noticed something when she's holding this animal. What do you see? Its foot?
It's not a turtle.
This is not a turtle. This is a tortoise.
Tortoise can't swim.
Tortoises can't. This girl straight up is killing tortoises. She's just going around taking tortoises off the road and throwing them in deep water and letting them drown to death. And I don't remember who. It was Azazel, Mark. I said in this video, and he was like, I can't believe this. He's like, if you're going around killing tortoises all day, you better have a hobby like tortoise or like turtle saving, otherwise you're gonna go to hell.
Yeah.
But
I mean, she got a huge backlash for that. I think a lot of people saw it, and she ended up being on a couple of newscasts, and she did say that the tortoise crawled out. Who knows though? Maybe it did, because she was probably the only one there to do it. So
she said that the tortoise actually crawled out.
Yeah.
I don't.
They can hold their breath for quite a long time too. So we'll see. I don't know. Well, we won't see. But
I don't know. I mean, you would think they kind of crawl slow. That maybe they like would walk through a puddle or something like that. You never know. I don't know. But the fact that she just threw that joker off the edge of the road into that canal underneath. But like alligators and like caimans and shit, they eat turtles and tortoises. So if that's in, it looks like her name tag says New York. So maybe she's in New York. I don't think they have alligators and caimans. But if you try to do that shit in Florida, you're just feeding some alligators in a.
Yeah, I guess you're just you're feeding into the ecosystem anyway.
Right.
That'll happen, I guess.
Right. But like I don't know, Snapchat so stupid. Oh man. Well, kind of moving on from there. So we were also talking about. I didn't set up anything. I just want to kind of talk through it. Like I've watched a couple of these ASMR streamers.
It's the most ridiculous thing. I don't know. It makes so much money. Some of them make so much money.
Yeah,
streams.
It's. I mean, like, there's some. I don't understand why people would. It's not even like you're watching it, right? You're
just listening to it.
You're just listening. Like, here's this girl's live right now. I'm not going to put the name of the person or anything like that. Right.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, is she just whispering? Yeah.
Yeah, she just I'm gonna pause it real quick because it's live. So yeah, she's streaming right now. All right, so she has like this mic or whatever. I've seen some of those really fancy mics that have like the audio input is from the left or the right or whatever. So like you can.
Really... so you can hear them kind of in your ear if you have headphones on.
Right. You can hear them in your ear if you have headphones and. But
this is the new thing, right? Because there's the ASMR streamers, and like what they had before was on Twitch, like the booby streamers, like the girls who like act like they play video games, and then they just stream like fake gameplay, and they just get a ton of money donated to them. And I guess ASMR is the least amount of work you have to do for probably the most profit.
Yeah, I mean, you're just really just standing there, right? That's all. I mean, not stating that you're just talking into a mic.
Talking into a mic, ripping paper on mic. What are you doing? You're scratching. Maybe just like you're writing on paper so that people can. I'm not a pro at this. I haven't listened to them.
I've watched a few. Like I saw this one.
Yeah.
I saw this one lady where she was like rubbing.
Oh, beard scratching. Beard scratching is enough.
Yeah. Well, this is. Yeah, I guess it would be the same thing. She had like these two scrub brushes, and she was scratching these two scrub brushes together. And, and like I'm looking at it, I was like, okay, it's. I mean, it's kind of a calming sound, but what does it actually accomplish? I
think there is a scientific. Don't quote me on this. I think there is a scientific reason why it does calm you down, though, and some people are more susceptible to it.
Okay, I don't know. I don't. To be honest with you, I don't even know what the hell ASMR stands for.
Yeah, there's a lot of type of streams like that. I mean, there's Twitch's in the IRL streaming where people just stream their real life,
right?
And then there's also the what do you call it, the mukbang streamers that just eat food like all day.
Okay, yeah, and there was this like really, I guess this one really famous. That's like a Korean thing, the mukbang or whatever. Yeah. There was this
ANG.
Yeah. So there's this one like really famous. I think he's like. I guess it started in Korea, right? The mukbang thing.
I think that's a Korean word.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Mukbang ASMR. Scroll down.
Hold on a second. Let me share the screen here real quick. All right, so this is like obviously this is Korean just because I can see some of the stuff. But where's the mukbang ASMR?
I can see some of the stuff, but not understand any of the stuff.
I did not see the mukbang ASMR. Oh,
wait.
Wow. Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, right there. You see it.
Yep. All right, hold on a second. So this is somebody combining the two. Look at this. Let's fast forward a little bit here. This is sushi grade salmon. Why is it taking forever to load? She just has two big ass pieces of salmon. Look at this shit. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh.
Oh God! I don't like. What is on it? Does she have soy sauce on her face right there? What is that?
This world is weird.
What is happening? Apparently, I guess she likes it, but okay. First of all,
that's a lot of protein. I hope she works out.
Oh God, that's so.
Inspectorflex has got to look into these games.
Oh shit! I can't. You know? Have you like? It's almost like she's like chewing in your freaking ear. Like, why would this be attractive? Why would this be attractive? Why would people want to listen to this?
I bet you the mic over that camera is probably like the most gigantic mic.
Yo, look at the views. Look at the views.
13 million views.
Jesus Christ! Yo, can we change this podcast into an ASMR podcast?
We'll make kissy sounds over the mic. Not to you. To you.
That's ridiculous. No, I can't listen to this anymore. I'm just gonna. It's fucking.
I thought you were done like 30 seconds ago. I was hoping.
Oh man, not like at least like some streamers or whatever. Like if it's like IRL streamers, like some of them have these good ideas or whatever. But this is just ridiculous. I don't know. But it's man, I don't understand why people would want to do that, but I guess
it makes money. Look, she has 2.2 million subscribers.
Damn,
2.2 million. That's a lot.
I mean, I guess that is a lot. Jesus Christ.
I bet you her channel was probably something else before, and then realized that mukbang ASMR is probably the way to go. That's the cash cow. So let's switch over.
Shit. Oh, so you think she was just the eating person first, and then switched to the ASMR, or do you think she's just doing that?
Was something completely different, and then she didn't get like her breakthrough until she did some eating video, and some people were probably like, "Hey, I'm making all this up. I have no idea who this chick is."
Neither do I. I don't know. I need to look more into this ASMR stuff, man, because.
But I don't know if anyone's gonna want two fat guys. It happens already.
All right, next topic. I'm done with that topic. So, we were talking about Fortnite, And like for everybody knows what Fortnite. Like there's this old guy who works with me. He's like, "Do you play that Fortnite game?" I'm like, sometimes. He's like, "What's with all the kids that are dancing?" I think Fortnite has done more for like little white kids learning how to dance than anything else. I
agree. More than Superman that hoe.
Right. No matter, but there's a weird crossover because you sent me this Hood Naruto video. Hold on, yeah. Let me put this up here real quick. So, alrighty.
But it has taught so many young white kids how to dance,
right?
Or at least to do party dancing, anyway.
Right. This is crazy. This is ridiculous.
It's pretty good though.
Now I've never watched any Naruto before, so I don't know.
I've seen probably like 30 episodes, but this is later on in the series. I don't know if the title is up, but this is Hood Naruto Part 4. They all start doing the Fortnite dances. Hey,
that's some pretty good production quality right there.
Yeah.
I like the guys running back and forth.
The music is so dope too.
Wait a second. Is that I don't know. Is that a remix of?
It's a remix of a Naruto song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This chick is not into it right there. She's just not into it whatsoever. That's ridiculous.
Fortnite dances breaking the internet.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I've seen, man, like if you just search Fortnite dancing kid, there's like millions of videos. Like this little kid throws down right here. I don't know if you've seen this video. This little kid right here throws down.
Does he do all the Fortnite dances? Just as funny as he can.
I don't know.
Well, a lot of the Fortnite dances are like pulled from other things. It's not just Fortnite, but
yeah, I know.
Damn, this kid kills it on a boat. Oh my god! And that's the backpack kid dance right there.
Yep.
So. Oh my.
How old is this kid? He's like 4 or 3.
It's good.
Little man got a future.
I gotta investigate after this recording.
You gotta what?
That's awesome. I gotta investigate after this recording. That's actually
you gotta. Oh man, but yeah, like even my daughters, which are they're a little older. Like my younger daughter, she knows like all of those dances, and then she knows like where they come from too. That's a strange thing. Like I don't know where all of them come from. Like I know some of the crazy ones, like because they're like back from when I was younger. Yeah. But like some of these, I have no idea.
Some of them are just new songs or new music videos that came out, and some of them have existed for a while, but just hit mainstream, and then they throw on the Fortnite. So Fortnite is just pulling from general pop culture all around from however long ago. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, kids these days, whatever. I feel I'm
coming into life, man.
Yep. And then but the good thing about Fortnite is that they always update it. There's always new stuff that they're adding.
Yeah, they have to kind of keep or retain their customers.
Yeah. Well, it's free to play, but speaking of updates, right? So me and you have started to replay.
No Man's Sky.
Well, actually, that's a good question. Did you actually play No Man's Sky when it was first released?
No, I didn't. I actually just bought it a few days ago because I saw that the No Man's Sky had No Man's Sky Next update, and that allowed for multiplayer. And the thing is, I don't play a lot of these games, even though it's a solo play. I feel like it's too it gets too boring to play solo for me anyway. And I like anytime there's an opportunity to play co-op, I am so down.
Yeah.
That's world stuff.
So like I kind of bought into the hype, but I was trading in a bunch of games, and I guess there was like a promotion when I was trading in games. This was at Best Buy. I ended up getting No Man's Sky for $5, so I was like, whatever.
Cool.
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah, I mean, but this was like way 2 years ago when it came out.
Yeah, what a disappointment, though, huh?
Yeah,
it was worth $5 when you got it.
I mean, I didn't think that it was worth less. To be honest, with you, I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more right, but I played for like, I don't know, I played for hours upon hours, and then I realized I was like, man, I am just grinding away for nothing. There's nothing that I'm getting from this, so I just kind of like shelved it, and I never traded it in because I was like, whatever. I got it for $5. They said that they would keep updating it, and we'll see what happens. I completely ignored. Apparently, there was other 2 previous updates. One that changed how like some of the worlds generated, so there was more variety, and one that added the base building. But none of it was co-op.
The base building kind of reminds me of like Fortnite base building, actually. The way you can stack up all the walls and stairs and stuff like that.
Yeah, nowhere near as fast, but yeah.
Nowhere near as fast. But.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I don't know if you can build something. Whoops, that's not the image I wanted to click on. I don't know if you can build something like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you can. I think that's an in-game shot. Somebody built this.
Ooh,
so
I might have to try.
I mean, that's.
I gotta get my money up first.
Yeah, but because like anytime I have a game like this, I just grind and grind and grind. Like Final Fantasy games take me forever because like I'm not going into that last fight unless everybody's level 99 and I have all the spells and all the fuck.
That's how I am.
So
I'm always chasing the best weapons and always chasing like the amount of time that I spend grinding. But these open world games, I like the experience of just the fun experience of just having other players around and kind of just doing stupid things in game or just trying random stuff.
Yeah,
just to see if the physics works that way or something like that. I like that.
Right, like I would do something stupid like see if I can just drill through a whole planet. Like try and find a planet small enough that I could spend like 2 or 3 days in real life time trying to drill through the planet. Just to, like.
Oh my god.
Did I just give you an idea?
Yeah, we should definitely try that.
I don't know how it would work. Like somebody would have to be responsible for getting like material.
Like to charge your miner.
Right, because you won't find it in the middle of the planet.
No, definitely not.
So like you would need somebody who is like constantly doing that, and then they'd have to bring it to you for you to refill. The problem with doing that, you know what? Can you build? I wonder if you can build a base underground and put teleporters, because that might be the only way you could do it. Like,
yeah, because you'd have to go miles and miles and miles. Who knows, man? These are things that are crazy. I actually just watched today. I watched rented Ready Player One on iTunes.
Yeah,
that movie is awesome. Just because it has all the nerdiness, gamer things that we're trying to talk about right now. You should definitely watch it when you get a chance. I don't know. Some people hated on it, but
yeah, I saw good and bad reviews, but I'm like a gamer person, so I might go watch it anyway. So
yeah,
all right.
It's worth a lot.
Now back over to real life. No more No Man's Sky. No more video games. Let's talk about this link that you sent me, which was about illegals voting in. Oh shit! Here we go. Illegals voting in California. So. I'm not going to play the video, but I guess they passed the law that it's just in that one city, or just in that it's just in San Francisco. Yes,
right.
All right, but like, all right. First of all, if I was an illegal alien, all right, or whatever, if you want to call them undocumented immigrant, whatever. If I was an illegal alien, I would not want to sign up to vote.
You don't have any rights to vote.
I agree. You have no rights to vote. But the thing is like, isn't that just like an? I mean, I would think like, this is San Francisco. It's pretty liberal, but it's a pretty good way of tracking my location, just in case they wanted to get rid of me or something, right?
Yeah. I don't know if it's like is it how are they allowing that, or how does it show up in the form? Does it just show up like a checkbox, like, hey, I'm an illegal, or does it show up in the box like, hey, I'm from so and so, but it doesn't actually?
No, I think all you have to do is show up and show some type of documentation like that you live in the city, and they give you a registration form for voting.
Oh. What?
Yeah, but apparently it's only for the members of San Francisco Board of Education.
Okay.
I don't know if it's widespread, but that's like really. I mean, I hate to get like really serious as it relates to politics and stuff, just because I like to keep it light. But that sounds like a terrible precedence of
I agree.
Empowering people. Like both of us have family that are
immigrants. Yeah.
Right. But my
mom is a permanent resident, or permanent resident. What do you call it? A resident alien.
Right.
So that's what she is, and I can see someone like that giving them the right to vote. Totally fine. I wouldn't mind that. But someone who hasn't put into the system or attained any permits or legally have tried to get the correct documentation should not be allowed. That's straight up. I think that's just bad. Just bad juju.
It's bad juju. No, I agree with you, and it's one of those. I don't know, man. I can't see how it would be good for a environment like if you're a legal resident. Maybe there's like some wiggle room there, like hey, I'm a legal resident, maybe I'm working towards citizenship, but because of my country doesn't allow dual citizenship and I don't want to give it up, I can't get citizenship, but I'm providing into the system and I pay my taxes and everything like that.
Someone like my mother who's been here for I want to say 30 since she was like 13, and
right.
She's 51 now.
Right.
I can only see, I'm like, okay, well, I can understand that person voting. She's been here long enough. She hasn't caused any harm, crime, or done anything crazy to get her kicked out or in trouble.
Sure.
No run-ins with the law. I can see someone like that being able to vote totally fine.
Right. No, I agree. Like most people who are family of immigrants or who are immigrants agree with that. Like my parents are both immigrants, and like the whole thing, they came here the legal way. They had to pay their dues. They had to wait. Yep. And so like when people like get by, illegally, like they're not too happy about that. And like some people,
because it's hard work. It's hard work to get that status. So they look at the next guy and they're like, wait, I didn't have to do any work to get the benefits that this guy next to me, where they came in illegally. I get I didn't have to do any work to get that status. Oh well, I guess the hard work was just kind of evaporated.
Right. And so like people, like sometimes like some of Hispanic friends of my dad's or whatever, they give him a hard time because he's like I'm not going to say he's a big Trump supporter, but he's a conservative. I mean, like he grew up Catholic. He's Hispanic. There's a heavy family influence, and like naturally, I think just in terms of upbringing, they tend to kind of, not always, but Hispanic people who are brought up Catholic tend to vote on the conservative side or whatever.
Yeah,
but like
my family, my Puerto Rican side of the family, they are Christian and conservative as well.
But it's funny because people give him a hard time because like he had posted something on Facebook about how it's a shame that these people are protesting ICE and stuff like that. He's like, these people have a job to do this. It's not their fault that they, they say it's, those people who work for them have no heart. No, maybe those are people who are interested in our country being as good a country as it can, and that means that we have to protect our borders, whatever. But something I found which I thought was funny. I don't know if you saw this, so I'm gonna pause this real quick. So ICE. This is outside of the Portland.
Of course.
The Portland ICE office, right? So apparently there was a pretty big Occupy ICE thing where people were out there in like this shanty town of tents and like huts and stuff like that. Sure. And ICE, they have to chill. They started, I guess they have loudspeakers. They started blasting music over the loudspeakers.
That's memeable right there.
But the song is from is that Easy Street song from The Walking Dead, you know, where they were trying to break that guy mentally.
Send me that link and show Discord.
But whoever was there, this is their Abolish ICE website or whatever, or the Twitter page. They're the one who's recording this.
That's funny.
But
that's complete trolling on their part. Wow.
But apparently they were playing it for like 15 hours straight, just on repeat. They just somebody who works for ICE has a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
But
sure.
But it's like I would say those people are actually like squatting on land they're not supposed to, right? And I think that they gave them enough leeway and enough warnings, because there was videos where they like cleared out that shanty town. They like police just came and just like started grabbing all the shit and pushing it out of the way or whatever, because they were like squatting on land that's not, you know.
That's not there.
Right.
Trespassing, right?
Right. So and so I was talking to this guy at work. He was talking about how racist America is, and that he's like, you can say that you have a First Amendment right, but look what happened to these people. I was like, no, the First Amendment right gives you the right to free speech, right to protest, as long as it doesn't infringe on somebody else's rights. This is private property. They're infringing on that person's rights. That makes it illegal all of a sudden. He's like, well, I don't think that's how it works. I was like, you can read the amendment. That's what it means. That's why people who stand on the corner that are in a public place that have that's
why there's no loitering, like signs.
Right. But like the people who have a permit to go to a public space or something like that with signs and they stay in their areas, that's perfectly fine. You can say whatever you want. But like the people like in Atlanta that blocked off the highway and shit like that, no, that's one, that's dangerous. But two, like people have families. Like somebody's trying to get home to their kids. They're just blocking the traffic for them to get there. All right, well, that's pretty much all that I had. There was one last thing, and this is just something where I thought this just shows you. This shows you the level of insanity that like some people call it Trump derangement syndrome. Like, all right, for Huffington Post, obviously they are a left-leaning newspaper. That's fine. They can hate the president. That's perfectly fine too. But this tweet and this article is all right. A tape might exist of Trump.
Is that a satirical post?
No, this is 100% serious. They're not kidding. A tape might exist of Trump doing something in an elevator, though exactly where that somewhere is and what that something might be, no one in the media can say, and that's because no one in the media seems to have seen the tape, or if it even confident or are even confident it exists. So here's a story that got put on Huffington Post that they tweeted out that basically says, hey, there might be a tape of Trump doing something. Maybe not. We don't know. And apparently he did it in an elevator, but we don't know where or if it really happened. And the reason why we don't know any of this is because it might not be true. Like, I wanted to have a video that I could share with you, but I couldn't find it again. All right.
What are the replies on this thing?
I don't. It's
is there anything funny?
That look you get when your posse somehow manages to make Donald Trump look like a saner choice. People are
ripping on it.
Yeah, people are ripping on it. It's. I mean. This guy says your foot likely is more credible. Oh man, but like, it just, I don't know.
There's a mass hysteria about it.
There is a mass hysteria about it. And like people are saying, oh, you know, Trump is attacking the media, and obviously that means he's like a dictator, because that's in the dictator playbook. You attack the media and you make people not trust the media. Sure. You know, George Orwell, like in 1984, said, something along the lines of if you say that don't listen to what they're saying, listen to what I'm saying, because what they're saying. But so, and I wanted to find a video. It's there. I'll have to find it later. Maybe I'll put it in the notes or something later. There's a video where somebody clipped news channels from all over the country where they're all saying the exact same thing. Like, it's not like one or two or three, it's like dozens of them. And it's like all the exact same scripted shit. All of the different broadcasting channels at Fox, at CBS, NBC, all of them, they're saying all the exact same thing in the exact same cadence and pattern and stuff like that. Yeah. So okay, fine. Maybe Trump is trying to become a dictator by making people distrust the media. This doesn't help.
This certainly does not help.
This doesn't help. And then
you talk about fake news,
right?
I think that's the fakest you can think.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? See, you know where the fake news term originated? I mean, I'm sure somebody said it in the past, but where it really took hold.
Where?
Do you remember the Pizzagate thing? Do you know? Are you familiar with that?
No, I don't.
Okay, so the Pizzagate thing. Somebody on 4chan posted this thing about how there's some pizza place in Los Angeles. Something ping pong pizza or something like that. It's where kids throw pizza parties and stuff like that, but it's frequented by the young Hollywood, like the kids in Hollywood,
right?
Like your Miley Cyrus's when she was a kid and shit like that, right?
Yeah, in Montana.
Right. And so the Pizzagate thing is that there are these people in Hollywood and in the government who have a lot of power, who are exploiting these children in this pedophile ring, and they use code words and stuff like that. In fact, I saw a tweet down here. Where is it? With John Podesta.
It's not too unbelievable now, huh?
No, well, so it's with John Podesta. So here is John Podesta has all these weird things with the Podesta group, which was one of the Hillary Clinton supporting groups or whatever. And it's all this pedo artwork and shit. And they have these weird text messages or emails that were going back and forth that they got from WikiLeaks. And people are like, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about. It's just, that's fake news. Well, Donald Trump stole that term and turned it back around on them. The crazy thing is that this looks like more and more shit is real, with the whole NXIVM and those people, the girl from Smallville who got arrested, and all these people with the human trafficking and now it's okay, well, they're saying this is fake news. Maybe they were doing that to throw people off.
Crazy world we live in. That's what it is.
It is.
The upside down place.
The upside down. What was that from?
Stranger Things.
They filmed part of this next season near where I live.
Did they?
There's this one rundown mall called Gwinnett Mall where they redid the outside to make it look like. In fact, I wonder if I could. Let me see.
Make it look new.
Yeah,
You know what's actually pretty interesting when you watch the dead mall videos, the guy walking through malls that have been run down, or
I could not stop watching it. I could not stop watching it.
I think I spent a good 5 days just watching these videos of this guy walking through dying or dead malls.
Yeah, so you can see the writing underneath it. It used to say Gwinnett Place Mall, but they redid it to say Starcourt Mall. But
wow, brand new.
Yeah, but they made it look like it was the 80s, the font and shit like that.
Yeah.
But there's pictures from the inside, this is what it looks like on the inside.
Whoa, yeah.
But they have this section blocked off. This used to be the food court right here. There used to be a Chick-fil-A here, but it's all blocked off. That JCPenney's still alive, by the way.
That's great. Yeah, that's the wild thing about dead malls. You have some stores that are still operational, and the rest of the mall, food courts, the entire interior of the mall is usually run down and blocked off from the outside stores, because sometimes you have a Macy's or a JCPenney's or a Sears that's on the outskirts of the mall that have separate entryways,
right?
And the rest of the mall itself is actually closed off.
Well, this is what it looks like now. They redid it. Wow. You can see it says Taco Bell coming soon. It's the old Taco Bell symbol.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah, they have a Walden Books. When was the last time you seen a Walden Books?
That's artwork.
So that's hometown. Well, we got a little bit of sidetrack there. In any case, I think that's the end of our show for today. I appreciate everybody who stopped by last week and took a view. If you have any things that you'd like us to cover, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'll put our social media links and contact links. They're at the bottom of the screen here, but we'll put them in the description as well. And just want to say thank you. Do you have anything you want to say, Inspector Flex, before we leave?
No, this is just Inspector Flex signing out.
Signing out. All right, everybody, have a great day. Peace.